Okay, so real talk. Everyone out who does not live in New York, you need to have like one friend, at least one friend that's from New York. At least one friend that's from New York. You know why I say that? Because I'm realizing as I meet people from different cities and stuff that you guys are really nice. like I've been meeting people because I've been going out lately. Yay, I've been going out more, exploring the world around me. And I realized that like people from Arizona, people from California, you guys like allow people to say shit to you. Like you allow people to like do, I'm not saying everybody, and I'm not saying like all New Yorkers are like me, but I've watched us stand in line for the bus because the bus I take home, you got to stand in line. I've watched people who are in front of me stand in line, right? And allow, they're probably standing in line because sometimes my bus, one bus doesn't come. So you're out there for a whole other cycle. So I've watched people stand in line and for probably 45 minutes sometimes. The longest I've ever stood in line was 45 minutes, and that was recently. I think something was wrong with the buses, and the bus driver that we got on, she couldn't drive. So it's like that I understood why the bus was taking forever. But I digress. So we were standing in line for 45 minutes and it was fucking cold. It was cold. We were standing outside and there was a gentleman standing next to me and another one in front of him. So I was the third one in, right? We were there the entire time. So you saw us when you walked up to the line. You saw us. You saw us, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. So I didn't really think anything of it because people stood behind me. They got in line behind me or whatever. Now the bus came, and those who take these buses, you know exactly what I'm talking about and how because I know you're like, oh yeah, they do that. Because what happens is sometimes it happens to me, but I don't allow it. So this is like this is what you get when you get me, right? So I'm standing in line and the gentleman is standing in front. So what happens is sometimes where I stand, there's two buses that come in at the same time, two different numbers, they come in at the same time. So a lot of times the number that I need is behind the number that pulls up to the front of the line, right? Etiquette states that you allow the people who are in the front of the line to go. If they have to take the bus that's behind that one, or the bus for some odd reason, the bus doesn't stop right in front of them, because the bus is supposed to stop right in front of them. That's what's supposed to happen. But where I catch the bus home, it's extremely busy. So sometimes the bus, like this time, was a bus behind it. Now, what happens with these bus drivers, they don't wait because they're on a schedule. They don't wait. So that bus, let's call it bus B. Bus B opens its door for people to get on. Etiquette, New York etiquette, I don't know if it's any place else, but New York etiquette states you see if the two or three people who are in front of you, whoever is in front of you, you see if they're going to go for that bus or they're going to go for the other bus, or if that's their bus. You look to them, we give each other a nod, like, yeah, I'm getting on, or you shake your head, nah, that's not me. That's etiquette. You understand? That's etiquette. Do you go in front of the people who are standing there for 45 minutes when you just got there 5 minutes ago? No, you don't do that. That is not New York etiquette. Now, the reason why I said in the beginning that you out-of-state people or out of New York City people, because New York State and New York City is two different things. I don't care. I will die on that hill or unalive on that hill, because New York State and New York City is two different things. Two different things. But I digress. So, New York City, having a friend, the reason why I say everyone from out of town or from wherever needs to have a friend from New York City, because as cute as I am, I don't play that shit. Like, follow etiquette, follow protocol. I am a protocol driven person. You gonna follow the protocol. Especially, it's not just protocol. It's like, yo, that's just grimy. That's some grimy stuff. Like, what are you doing? So what happened was that I stepped back because I knew the two guys were going to come this way, because I see them almost every day when I take the bus home. So you got to get an understanding of who gets on your bus and who doesn't. So that I stepped back so I could follow behind them and get on the line and get back. And so we all go in the way it's supposed to. So what happened was, these people who just came, I'm not going to tell you what kind of people they are. I know you're going to ask me what kind of people. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you what kind of people they are. Just know that they are not usually the ones that get on our bus. You understand? They were probably from out of town or whatever, because they didn't have any book bags. They didn't have anything. So they were visiting New York City, or they were just visiting downtown. So, because I work downtown. So they were just visiting Manhattan downtown. So one or two, because they're not workers. So it sounded so weird. But yeah, so they just proceeded to jump on in front of the guy that was in front. Now the guy that's in front, very quiet, very, you won't even know he's on the bus half the time. He's very quiet. The funny thing is, the only thing that makes him memorable for me is his jacket, because I like his jacket. That's the only thing that makes him memorable for me. And the fact that he always presses the button when it's time to get off, because him and I get off at the same stop. And those two things is what makes me remember him. I don't even remember what he looks like. All I know is because he always has his hood over his head, winter, spring, summer, fall. Not summer, but hood over his head. The funny thing is, I don't even think I noticed him in the summer. But yeah, I digress. So yeah, hood over the head, whatever. So he's quiet. I, on the other hand, am not. So we're getting on the bus, and these people are about to jump in front of him. I was like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, you need to let him go. He was online. You got to let him go. And then the guy who was behind that guy, the quiet guy, he is not quiet. He is not quiet at all. He will tell off a little kid, a mom, an old woman. He don't care who it is. So it was good that I did it first. I said it first before he did, because he probably would have hurt their feelings. And because when we got in the bus, and he turned to me, he was like, I'm happy you said something. Thank you for saying something. And he was just like we're just standing here and it was raining. It was raining. I forgot about that. He was like, because he goes, yeah, like we just like standing in the rain. We just standing in the rain. That's all. He was mad. He was so loud that I was like, oh, he's going to start a fight. It's like, no, we're going to start a fight. I was like, oh shit. He did not quell his tone. He didn't do anything. He was like, yeah, like we just standing out there just for fun and all that other stuff. So I say all this to say, having a New York friend, you'll call them up and be like, this person hurt my feelings. I'd be like, fuck those people. Like, instead of being like, oh, we're like, no, cut those niggas off. Cut them off. Fuck them. Yeah, so it's always good to have a New York friend in your pocket. I will give you more. I think I'm going to do more New York tips and tricks, especially for people who are visiting New York. You guys got to get better. You got to get better. You got to get better. And I will help you get better. So I think we're going to start that segment up very soon. What to do and not do in New York City. I love you guys. Stay up, stay blessed. Dylan's yelling. let's see what's going on. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. And